Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care. I ever get back, so let's root.
Johnny Marvel what's he gonna bite into
That
here?
looks a lot like the thing that put Bond MIA.
1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
The Johnny Ballgame Show.
Going on, and I welcome you to what we hope is your favorite sports talk program, brought to you by Brent Clapp Productions, broadcasted from the Brent Clapp Productions studio in beautiful LeGrand, Oregon, on a beautiful July 2nd, Thursday. About 75, 77 degrees out right now, which is absolutely perfect. It is 4th of July weekend. I know most folks, if you are working, aren't working tomorrow. Most people got the day off on Friday because we got the Saturday version of the 4th of July, which is going to be great. While it's on the top of my head, be safe. Don't blow any of your body parts off, lighting a firecracker or something like that. Be safe. Don't drive drunk. Don't do stupid stuff this weekend. A lot of dudes, a lot of DWIs giving on 4th of July, especially when it's on a Saturday. A lot of DUIs. Don't be one of them. Dodds producing, as he always is. There he is. Nope, there he's not. There he is.
What's up?
Well, there's Dodds today. How you doing, bud?
Doing great.
All right.
Doing great.
You ready for the 4th? Gosh.
I got some fireworks coming from Idaho.
You do, yeah. Right off the freeway there. Once you get to Caldwell, right before Caldwell, that big fireworks shop on I-84. Oh, dude, yeah.
Yeah, I like to
They love their fireworks in Idaho, dude.
I like blowing stuff up, too.
When I used to live in Idaho, I remember New Year's Eve was almost like a mini 4th of July because they sell fireworks year-round there in Idaho.
Awesome.
So people just go buy them and just light them off. And they love their fireworks. Idahoans love blowing stuff
We're going to
off.
have quite a show in our neighborhood.
I think so. I think all I'm going to have
We
to do
are.
is get a little lawn chair,
Yeah.
set up some stuff, look up to the sky, and get a good little fireworks show.
For sure.
I like fireworks shows, man.
I do, too.
I like watching them. I don't have any. I used to love get me on my what is it called a pick? No, the punk. Is that what they called it?
Yeah, a punk.
Remember you had that punk and you would use it to light the firecrackers
I just use a lighter.
growing up. When you were 8 or 9, they just you didn't,
Oh, you know what? Oh, it's like a
little punk.
sparkler, but it's not.
it stays
Yeah,
lit and
yeah.
you can use it to light the fuse.
Yeah, I've used those with my kids.
Yeah, totally. And it's safe. And my dad one year gave me a cigarette, and it doesn't stay lit.
Did you smoke it?
No, I was like, I couldn't. Like,
How old were you? I probably would have. taken
10.
a couple of puffs off of it.
9, 10, 11. I might have tried it. Like
I would have. I
just
would
a
have
little
snuck
bit.
one and like.
I remember the first time I smoked a cigarette. I got
almost
the biggest
passed out,
buzz. Oh
dude.
yeah, because you get this
horrible.
crazy buzz. First time you chew tobacco, same thing for
I
me.
puked.
Yeah, I think I probably did too. You just get this crazy tobacco buzz. First time that's ever been in your bloodstream.
First time I took one of those Zins, those little white pouches that only have nicotine in them. They don't have tobacco.
Yeah, those are crazy.
Dude, I was.
Do those taste good? They have flavors.
Yeah, they
and
got a
stuff?
whole bunch of different flavors.
And you're doing those now.
I'm trying. I'm going back and forth. I'm trying to quit.
You're trying to slow down.
I have slowed down a lot.
Have you
actually.
really? Good
yeah,
for you,
those
bro.
those things help, especially at night. Like at night, I like to have a dip before laying in bed before bed. Now I'm just taking one of them Zins and.
The biggest thing for me not chewing anymore, I was a big chewer too from about age 19 to about 27, 28. Close to a 10 a day, every other day, Doddsy. But what the biggest thing for me was video games. Like I could not play a game of Madden or NCAA football, which were my 2 games that I played, without putting a fresh dip in. Like I couldn't play a new game. I'd be in my season or whatever, And it's like I couldn't play video games without a dip in.
Mine's morning and after meals.
Those are for you. Yeah.
I have to have
the
it.
after, yeah. During movies, too, I always used to put a dip in during a good movie.
It's horrible.
Even in the theater, especially in the theater. Like sometimes we're like, oh, I can't go see this movie. I need to go get chew first.
Yeah, kids don't chew. You'll end up like me.
Yeah, it's gross, man. It really is.
It's terrible.
Smoking, too. Smoking, you stink. But chew, like you see spitters and stuff and just nice nasty.
I'm pretty good about
brown.
not leaving spitters around.
Yeah,
actually.
no, yeah.
A
lot of people like.
But I also was married with kids, and you don't really leave spitters around when you.
Well, I went to your house when you were 19. You were living with the Mahons.
Oh, that was a
and you guys were not
spitter.
good about
of
spitters.
course not. No, there were spitters. Everybody in the house chewed.
Yeah, there's spitters everywhere.
You do not drink anything unless you know it is yours and where it came from.
How many times have you drank chew spit?
More than you can count on two
More,
hands.
yeah. So more than 10 times in your life, you grabbed a beer and it was it's the word.
Or
I've done it.
Hey, the big one is cups with lids on it and straws because all of us spit through straws.
I've never been able to do that.
Yeah, that happened a few times.
That's the worst because then you suck it.
I think Ryan Mahon drank mine one time and just lost it.
Got mad at
Like,
you.
it's your fault, dude. Like
Dude,
you
sorry, my
yeah,
chews.
yeah.
Like he was just like, Dodds, why you leave this there?
Yeah,
Like,
well,
dude,
why the
hey,
hell are
man.
you drinking it?
Yeah, yeah. Like, hey, man.
But you can't really say that with kids, like toddlers. Like, you can't leave a spitter, with a straw laying around. And
Was your ex-wife pretty serious about that? Like,
no, she was. She knew. I was good. I was good for the most part. I mean, I left them laying around every once in a while. The big thing for her though was falling asleep with a dip in and drooling on the pillow because I do that now.
how do you
still.
fall asleep with the dip in, man?
What do you mean?
The buzz, like the dry mouthedness, like. I couldn't fall asleep with the dip in, huh?
Yeah.
That's one of your
still
deals,
do
huh?
it.
Yeah.
That's why I do the Zen at night now.
Yeah. You just crash out. Yeah. How long is your average dip? Half hour?
No.
45 minutes?
No.
20 minutes?
I've had this one in since 1. And
You have a dip in right now?
Yeah.
Take it out. You're on the air.
I have a dip in
Unacceptable.
every day.
I know. I know.
It's bad.
I'm not
but
gonna. I'm not.
it keeps
It doesn't get in the way of the show. If
No,
it did,
I don't put it in the front. And I don't
there'd be
spit. And
where is it? Like, are you doing an upper decker right now?
it's right here. It's
Lower.
right where the microphone hides it.
That's the best spot for a dip. I can't have one of those anymore because my teeth down there, what a bicuspid, whatever the hell these teeth are called. I have no gum line left.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
From chewing?
Yeah. Every time I go to the dentist, they're like, oh, man, you need to get
The
some
dentist
grafting."
was impressed at how good my gum line is since I've been chewing since I was 13, 14 years old.
Yeah, you've been chewing for over 20 years, and you still have
25 years.
all your teeth and your gum line.
Never had a
You're
cavity
just
in my
lucky.
life.
You're just lucky there.
Never
some
had a
people have
cavity.
genetics. Yeah, never had a cavity.
Nope.
You've never got the drill.
Never had a cavity. Oh, I've had the drill. Fake tooth. Remember?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
But you've
they
never
did
you never had a filling.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
For you, man. We are taking calls or emails, texts, comments. Don't be shy on the ball game show. If you want to share your stupid little stories like we're talking about, you can.
For sure.
You know where to like and comment and share and do all that good stuff. Follow us on social media. We're going to have some fun today. XEOU All-American and ex-NFL player Jace Billingsley is going to hang out with us this hour in about 20 minutes. We have him booked. We're hoping he'll be available, and he's doing a lot of things these days. He's back, I believe, in Winnemucca, and can't wait to check in on Jace Billingsley. A lot of people consider him as, at least in the last 20 or 30 years, the best player EOU has had. He's the only player in EOU history to dress for an NFL game. He dressed for 3 or 4 games with the Lions, including, I believe, a playoff game where he was on the active 53. Maybe he didn't dress, but he was on the 53-man roster. Only EOU player to ever be actually on an NFL roster, not just a practice squad, stuff like that. Jace,
We would have
was
had
a
one
member
other,
there.
but he got injured.
There was another guy?
Yeah, Shea Little would have made the NFL for sure.
What position was he? I don't.
Offensive lineman.
Okay, and he was just a
Wasn't
beast.
his name Shea Little? Yeah, Shea
he was
Little.
just a beast.
Both of his knees went out. He coaches somewhere around here.
I know that name.
Yeah, he coached at LeGrand. He was one of the best offensive linemen I ever seen.
Mm-hmm. I had to have been.
He was being heavily looked at, like NFL wise. And his body just.
I know there's been a few Mounties who've been in NFL camps. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not completely out of the ordinary, but Jace actually made a 53-man roster. He spent some time, had a cup of coffee with the Patriots as well. So, I mean, did he ever catch balls from Tom Brady? What would that be like? We'll ask him. A lot of good questions there for
Mahon
Jace
even
Billingsley.
posted that before I even said it. Shea. He posted Shea.
Oh, we got comments already?
Yeah,
All right.
about Little. Shea
All right,
Little.
the Mahoney brothers checking in. I love them. Shout out.
No Effects has a song called "The Moron Brothers," and it goes, "Hey, we're the Moron Brothers.
Yeah, I've
we
heard
don't get along well with others."
love it.
That was their theme song.
Yeah, they probably hated that.
I wonder if Robert even remembers.
Did they ever double team?
Shea had a bad foot too.
Did they ever double team you? Like the two Mahoney
of
brothers,
course.
2-on-1,
Yeah.
just destroy you. Take
Not
the big
fighting
man.
wise.
Yeah,
no,
that's what I was
no,
thinking.
No.
Like
No,
wrestling.
but verbally, yeah, of course.
Oh, yeah. What else we got today? Ronald Bond will check in on the local sports scene with the Observer Sports editor, Ronald Bond, and we'll finish things off talking golf, whatnot. Dana Londin, Buffalo Peaks golf pro and general manager. Russell Wilson caught on camera. Well, not really caught on camera. Antonio Brown's cell phone. Russell Wilson and AB working out yesterday. Does that mean anything? We'll talk about it. And we're going to do a Dodds six-pack this hour.
We're going to have to power through that quick.
Are we going to power through that? All right, let's top story up. Brought to you by Fat Guys Fresh Deli. You know, it's really weird to me. The NFL seems to, I don't know, act as if this COVID deal or whatnot like simply isn't even going on. The only thing the NFL has done in precaution is to go down to 2 preseason games. They should have done that anyway. They should have been doing that 10, 12 years ago. 4 preseason games is worthless. I'd say try to do 3, but I'd rather have 2 than 4. Other than that, I mean, every news I hear about the NFL is just like, yeah, business as usual. You know, they're going to report for this and little things here or there. I wanted to talk about this one, but they said that the camps, training camps, are likely to have fewer players this year. Makes sense on a couple of reasons. Well, first off, it sucks for the guys who just want to make a camp. It sucks for those dudes. You know, they just want the Jace Billingsleys, right? If this was on these rules, Jace Billingsley probably doesn't get an invite to Lions camp. Jace was not drafted. He was a non-draft or undrafted rookie free agent, and he went there and made that damn team. That happens every year. I don't know if you guys know this, but about 45% of the NFL is undrafted. It is alarming how many undrafted players make the NFL. So this is going to hurt the league a little bit, not inviting as many players to camp. But if you're only going to play 2 preseason games, you're going to have all these dudes. Like preseason games now are at a premium. You're going to play your starters for a quarter, for a half, possibly in these preseason games, especially. It had no mini camp. There's no OTAs. There's nothing. Guys can't even be in the building working out, watching tape, learning from coaches. Can you imagine how hard it's going to be for a new coaching staff this year? Like if your favorite team has a brand new coach and a new staff, oh man, are you behind the 8 ball? It's not like 2011 was, where you had the lockout in 2011 and they got things going a little later. They couldn't do anything in the offseason, but that was all 32 teams having to deal with the same problem. Now there's going to be 8 or 9 teams, 7 or 8 teams, whatever it is, that have new coaching staffs, and they're way behind this thing. Now these teams aren't going to be able to bring in the 75 players. I'm sorry, the 90 players that they typically do. In NFL training camp, typically you bring in 90 players. They're talking about this today. You're going to bring in 75 this year. That's 15 players per team. 32 teams, 15 players per. You're talking hundreds of dudes who would be getting a shot at the league that won't. XFL, gone. American Alliance of American Football, see ya. The Canadian League, not even this year too. They canceled the CFL for 2020. They're not having a Canadian League. How many players who are participating in the Canadian League are going to try to get to the NFL? I would imagine a lot. They don't have paychecks up in the CFL coming this year. So it's going to be interesting. Camp is still ready to get going, which is crazy to think, crazier even to say. Your NFL team is going to be in training camp in about 3 weeks. Check that out. Is this really going to happen? I mean, think about this too, by the way. We're going to have NFL training camp, Major League Baseball in this quick sprint season, and the NBA bubble. Like, that's going to be a real weird July and August.
If it even happens.
And it might not, you know. And I'll tell you.
Today is the highest day in Oregon so far.
For
Most confirmed cases in Oregon so far.
I saw that.
It's just going up and up and up. So, but there is more testing.
Dodds, I don't think they're going to have fall sports at the prep level.
Probably not.
I don't think so. We'll see what Bond says. Yeah. We'll have him in about an hour. Let's do that Doddsy six-pack.
Yep.
Let's talk to Jace Billingsley. He's right around the corner. First, we'll do your favorite trivia game, the Doddsy six-pack. That's going to be brought to you by Northwest Furniture and Mattress. Appreciate all our sponsors, Brent Clapp, Fat Guys Fresh Deli. Appreciate you guys, and stick with us. We got trivia, and then EOUs. Everybody's All-American here in Eastern Oregon. Jace Billingsley. We'll be back. If you crave color, need stain, bought or building your first home, need an accent wall in a rental, are a contractor, or just have questions about paint and want a strong cup of coffee,
welcome to Benjamin Moore. Come on in.
Appreciate it. We're here to help.
With true old-school customer service, Mallory Paint Store is your local Benjamin Moore retailer. Experts for getting your project done right the first time. With Mallory Paint Stores in Spokane, Spokane Valley, Coeur d'Alene.
Hi, this is Patrick Flynn with the Grand Ronde Hospital Foundation. Tune in this Thursday at 6 p.m. on EOAlive.tv's Facebook page and website for a live stream town hall featuring myself and other members of the Grand Ronde Hospital Foundation. We'll talk about what the foundation does for the hospital and how you can help us. Tune in Thursday at 6 p.m.
All right, welcome back. Johnny Ballgame Show, YouTube, Facebook, EOAlive.tv. Like, comment, share, be a part of the show. Emails, text messages, all that good stuff. Doddsy, I love the backgrounds for the six-packs. Those are sweet, man. That looks like hip-hop. I was going to say 1980s, but no, you got Jay-Z there, Reasonable Doubt. Top right, I don't know who that is for me, Doddsy.
The top right.
Above Jay-Z, next to Chuck D.
I can't see it right now.
Right next to Chuck D. In the Pittsburgh Pirates hat. Public Enemy, Chuck D.
Oh, the guy in the very, very corner?
Yeah.
I don't know who that is either.
Well, bottom corner there, is that... Don't tell me. Is that... not Cool Mo D.
Slick Rick?
No, it does look like Slick Rick now, though, huh? Okay.
I think it might be.
Okay, I was thinking...
But he should have a patch
Big
on
Daddy
his,
Kane.
Oh, that is Big Daddy Kane.
It's a Big Daddy Kane.
It is. You're right. Yep.
Run DMC,
That's
obviously, up there. And I don't know the dude in the shades peeking over the Northwest Furniture and Mattress logo.
Yeah, I don't either.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know. I didn't make that.
Snoop's behind me. Oh, you didn't put this together?
No. It was
there's
already,
Snoop and there's
already
Biggie.
Made. Yep. And I think Nos is right in the middle, like exactly right behind you.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's
that
Nos.
is, yeah.
Illmatic. All right, Doddsy six-pack, let's do it.
Gentlemen, the drinks are on the out.
It's time for a Doddsy six-pack. Featuring sports trivia, pop trivia, and everything Doddsy.
Pour it softly, pour it gently, and pour it to the brim.
This music, man. I can just
love
see
it.
you in high school cruising around with your bros and you like the hoopty.
Yeah.
And you got the Kangol hat
Hey,
backwards. You got the chain. Are you a
had-
silver or a gold guy?
Silver.
Silver chain,
yeah.
your hoop earrings.
I had a Ford Fairmont, but I had bumps in that thing.
I bet.
That
man.
thing bumped.
I can just see you. Yeah. A Ford Fairmont.
Yeah, it was a piece of shit.
I gotta look that. What year was it?
It was like an 82 or
1982.
80, it might have been
Ford
even later.
Fairmont. I had a 84 Volkswagen Rabbit.
That was much nicer than the car I had.
Oh shit, a Fairmont.
Yeah.
Oh,
A granny car.
What? Yeah. Okay.
It was yellow too. It was banana yellow.
Oh, I see it right there. There have the yellow one. Okay, I get it. That was your ride in high school, huh?
Yeah, let's go.
Ford Fairmont. That's two doors, huh? It's
Yeah,
a
it
big
was
car, but
two-door.
it's two doors.
Yeah. It was a 2-door.
All right, Doddsy.
Yep.
Bring it.
Pile of crap. What team did the Seahawks beat for their first regular season win ever?
It's gonna be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah, what was the score?
14-3.
No, 13-10.
Yeah, that was 19.
How many losses did they have before they got their win?
Well, when they played, it was like the expansion bowl, 1976. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Seahawks were established at the same time. Tampa Bay went 0-14 that year.
Yeah, but,
Seattle had 2 wins.
Yeah, but how many losses did they have before they won
Going
their
into that
first
game, I think both were winless.
They were 0-5.
Okay, I think the other team the Seahawks beat that year was the Atlanta Falcons, who were also Stinky McGee that year.
Probably,
something like
yeah.
that. But yeah, they won. They went 2-14. They had the second pick in the draft. Tony Dorsett was available. They traded the pick to the Dallas Cowboys. Okay,
And they still suck.
The Cowboys drafted Tony Dorsett with the second overall pick in 1977. The Seahawks had Tony Dorsett, and they would have had Steve Largent too. I'm still pissed about that trade, and I wasn't even born yet.
Okay. Question 2. NBA star Kevin Love's uncle, Mike Love, is a founding member of which rock band?
Oh, Kevin
Easy.
Love's uncle, I believe, is the bass player in the Beach Boys. Was it Stan Love or Stan? One of them, whatever.
That's Stan. Yeah, his dad.
Dad Stan Love played in the NBA.
Yeah, he's-
and then his uncle, was it Bob or something? Bob Love? No, that's another player.
I said his name.
Mike Love?
Mike Love, yeah.
Mike Love was in the freaking Beach Boys.
Yep.
I mean, before the British invasion, I mean, it was the Beach Boys.
Talk about
Elvis to the Beach
having
Boys.
a silver platter for Kevin Love.
Kevin Love,
My gosh.
the stories he's had, the rooms he's been in,
yeah.
the people he's been able to meet, and now, I mean, obviously on his own as a 5-time NBA All-Star, NBA champion, and Olympian, he's met anybody he's wanted to meet just on his own. But when he was growing up, life did not suck for Kevin Love.
All right, number 3. You're 2 for 2. Wow. You don't usually start off 2 for 2. I think I was feeling bad for you. March Madness. Which team is the most recent team to repeat as national champions?
Say that again, Doddsy, I'm sorry.
In Sweet 16, or, March Madness, what team is the most recent team to repeat as national champions?
In NCAA?
Yeah, March.
That's
in the tournament.
That's going to be Billy Donovan's Florida Gators.
Yep.
Joakim Noah, Al Horford, Corey
Which
Brewer.
wasn't even that good of a
Corey
team.
Green.
I don't understand
really?
that.
I've heard a lot of people say that's one of the greatest teams they've ever had to coach against.
I didn't really think that
That Noah team,
yeah, there's teams that were better. Michigan,
Fat Five.
UNLV,
Okay.
that didn't do it. Teams
I know.
that didn't do it, like Kentucky in the
Yep.
late 90s.
Duke did it in 91, 92.
Yeah, that's the only. That's
With
the
Grant
only
Hill,
time they've ever
Leitner, and
done it.
Hurley, like
That's
that.
crazy.
One of the great teams we've ever had. And then UCLA won like whatever in a row, 7, 8, 9, 11. Whatever. Oh,
All right,
okay.
3
I'm
for
killing
3.
it.
All right, here we go. 90s hip hop song and artist. Oh, this one you might get the. You're probably gonna get this one actually. Hang on. Okay, so you ready?
Yeah.
Awfully, it's sad and it's costly, but that's all she wrote. And I hope I never have to float in that boat. Up shit creek, it's weak, is the last quote that I want her to hear when I'm going down, when all's said and done, and we got a new Joe in town.
Damn, you got me.
When the
on
record
that.
player get to skipping and slowing down.
Damn, man.
Nada?
Totally busted me there.
Really?
You could even sing it, and I don't think I would know those lyrics.
Okay, then I'll sing it for you. You ready? Mm-hmm. Awfully, it's sad and it's costly, but that's all she wrote. And I hope I never have to float in that boat. Up shit creek, I can't sing it, but you know the song. I'll sing the other part of it. But until then, hush that fuss. Everybody move to the back
Another
of the bus.
Outcast, Rosa
Do
Parks.
you want to bump with us?
Didn't get it. Okay.
Yeah, that was
Gotcha.
that was a hard part of the song, though. I
Gotcha.
picked a part.
God,
of
you've busted me on Outcast a couple of times. That's
you
one
should
of
know
your go-tos.
Outcast,
No
dude.
more Outcasts.
I love Outcast.
I do too, but you can't use them anymore.
All right, this one you're gonna have to be quiet and listen because it's a video question. So, be quiet. Listen to it. You ready? Mm-hmm. Here you go.
In high school and college softball, when is the runner allowed to leave the base when leaving?
Are you gonna be here?
College softball, the runner can leave the base as soon as contact is made from the bat to the ball.
No.
What?
No.
You can't leave the base until the ball's in play.
Nope. Wrong. In high school and softball, you can leave the base as soon as the ball leaves the pitcher's hand.
Damn it!
And that was Elena Carson, EOU softball. She works next door. We're gonna have her on the show eventually. So what's that? Now, you missed the last two, so you're 3 for 5 right now. And guess what? You don't get a free one this week.
Hey, Joel McCraw thinks that's Easy E above Northwest Furniture, but I don't think it is.
I don't think it's Easy E.
It's got the Jerry Curl
He's
McCraw.
light-skinned like Easy, but I don't think that's Easy. It doesn't look like him in the face. Light-skinned?
Yeah.
Well, did I say light-skinned? Yeah. Oh. Light-skinned.
You always say that, though. It's funny. It's one of your bugaboos. Yeah. You always say he's light-skinned.
I don't
it's
know
light-skinned.
why.
But I know it's funny.
Okay.
It's like
So
when you say the word wolf.
Wolf.
Wolf. You say
Woof,
woof.
woof, woof.
Not wolf. You say woof.
Okay, last one. Movie quote. You better get this or I'm going to be embarrassed.
Damn, yeah, okay.
Hey, Yankees, you can take your apology and your trophy and shove them straight up your ass.
Billy Bob Thornton in Bad News Bears.
That actually, it's Tanner Boyle.
Okay, but I got the movie correct. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, okay, yeah. The Yankees. Say that again. What's Tanner saying?
He says, hey, Yankees, you can take your apology and your trophy and shove them straight up your ass.
Oh, man, that's hilarious, dude.
So that means you got 4 for 6 today. That's pretty good.
Thank you, Dodds. See, I love Billy Bob as Buttermaker there. I mean, he's great.
It's one of the few remakes that's almost as good as the
You
original.
think it's, yeah. I mean, like for you'd rather watch the Billy Bob Bad News Bears than Walter Matthau.
I think they're equal. I like them both.
They are, man.
I thought Billy Bob killed it. In that
when
movie.
he's drinking, like is that a beer you're drinking? It's non-alcoholic.
Yeah, and he's dumping whiskey in it, but he drinks it off and dumps it.
Yeah, he's just drinking whiskey in the beer can.
And they did a great job casting that movie too. The characters to replace the guys, like they were all almost spot on.
That's
it was
funny,
a great
man.
movie.
Billy Bob Thornton. Does anybody play the fall down kind of swashbuckling asshole drunk better than Billy Bob Thornton?
No.
Down on his luck,
No.
doesn't give a rip about anything, like Bad Santa. No one could do that role better than Billy Bob Thornton.
the Bad Santa, that reminds me of when
Nobody.
he's talking to the little person.
Yeah.
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 What was his name? And he tells them they're talking about birth control and contraceptions, and he's like, Billy Bob tells him, man, we do not need you out there having babies. And then he says, what are we going to have, like a black Wizard of Oz? Like, so it's so
that movie is hilarious. He finishes the pint bottle of whiskey, and he just takes it and chucks it.
Kathy
hits
Bates
some dude's
is his
car.
mom, dude. Right? Kathy Bates is his mom in that movie, isn't she?
In Bad Santa?
Yeah.
I don't think Billy Bob's mom is a part of it.
Maybe Bad Santa 2?
Maybe. Okay, yeah. I've only seen Bad Santa 2 once, and I didn't love it. I thought it was kind of cheesy.
Yeah, Kathy Bates is the mom.
Is in
his mom.
Bad Santa 2.
Yeah, that's the one where he talks about the Wizard of Oz.
That's what he does.
Because it's that kid. It's the boy, that just shows up.
That kid. Hilarious. Bad Santa's a classic, man.
God.
Try to watch it. Try to watch that every Christmas time along with like Christmas Vacation.
Billy Bob, though, he not only is he a really good actor, but he also, that dude gets chicks.
Oh, it's Angelina Jolie.
She had a vial of his blood around her neck for like the whole time they were married.
Also, he was a hell of a ball player.
Yeah.
Billy Bob Thornton, really good baseball player.
Yep.
And good musician too. Very talented guy. Talented guy. All right, man. Good stuff. Dodds 6-pack brought to you by Northwest Furniture and Mattress. Recliners, couches, love seats, coffee tables, picnic tables, kitchen tables, bunk beds, all the activities you'll have room for with Northwest Furniture and Mattresses bunk beds. Go see them. See them online. If you're going to buy furniture, get them from them. They support this show. You should support them. Jace Billingsley, former EOU All-American, spent some time in the NFL. We're going to catch up with one of the great Mounties of all time. This will be fun. Jace Billingsley's coming up next.
Every season is recliner season at Northwest Furniture and Mattress. Look at this selection. All types of fabrics, all types of furnishing. Heck, even this chair my grandma would have liked. I bet this is comfortable. Hell yeah, it's really comfortable. You could buy this thing too. Come on, let's go. You want to throw a dinner party? You want to do some fancy dining? Well, you came to the right place. Yes, Northwest Furniture and Mattress. No matter the type of table, what is this, Doddsy? Is this oak? Certainly actually smells and feels like oak. Yeah, look at this son of a gun. Sturdy. All high tops, mid tops, sectionals. I'm going crazy here. They have everything you're going to need. If you're not going to buy your table here, well, you know what? You're going to make a bad decision in your life. And Northwest Furniture Mattress and the Johnny Ballgame Show do not want to see that. Look at this stuff. Hey, look at that cow picture. I'm going to buy that for Dodds. It's crazy to look at the technology. Yes, technology in sofas now. Cup holders, sections that recline. This bad boy right now is on a mega sale, and this won't last long. Nothing lasts long. You're at Northwest Furniture and Mattress. Come on.
Rolling.
Bunk beds, yes, man, bunk beds. So much room for activities when you put a bunk bed in the kids' room. They have the best selection here, sturdy. Oh yeah, this guy can take a beat.
All right, welcome back. July 2nd, 2020. We're at the midway point. Can't wait to get rid of this stinking year. And it's hard to even imagine. Hey, it's 4th of July weekend upon us. Wow, when did this ever happen as well? We're going to have fun today, and it's going to start right now. Let's hit up our hotline brought to you by Daniel's Knop Funeral, Cremation, and Life Celebration Center. One of the great Mounties of all time. He's going to walk into the EOU Hall of Fame as soon as he is eligible. Spent time with the Detroit Lions, the New England Patriots. He was on the 53-man roster, which had never been done in EOU history before. People still talk about what this dude was able to do at Community Stadium in that preseason he set on fire for the Detroit Lions back in 2016. You guys, the great Jace Billingsley hanging out with us right now. Jace, my man, it's been a couple years since I've had you on. Thanks for giving us some time today, dude. We miss you here in LeGrand.
Yeah, thank you, man. Yeah, and thanks for that introduction. Jeez, I don't know if I deserve that. That was nice.
You going to be pumped when they put you in the Hall of Fame up there? Is that going to be a big deal for you, Jace?
Yeah, that'd be awesome, man. That'd be if they still decide to, for sure. That'd be awesome.
Hey, every time I'm in Coach Camp's office, I have to stop and look at that autographed Detroit Lion football helmet. He puts it right on his table there in his office. Oh, he loves it, dude. Jerseys, all that stuff. So just again, you can't come back here enough. Hopefully we can see you at a Mountie game sometime this year if there is all that going on. But I guess we'll just start. Like, how's life? How you been? How's your health? And how are things going for you, pal?
Man, everything's going great, man. I mean, honestly, never, like I said, times are tough right now for the world, but for me personally, things are going really good, and just been able to kind of just sit back and enjoy life and kind of, I don't know, it's been an interesting time period, but one that I've at least tried to take advantage of in every way that I can and try to stay positive. So it's been really good. So.
Jace, I know you had a camp planned in Winnemucca, and were you able to follow through that, or did you have to put that on hold? I know you had guys like Haloti Nada that were going to come to Winnemucca. That would have been great. Haloti Nada in Winnemucca, Nevada. That would have been a killer thing there, Jace.
No, we were actually able to do it. What happened last week, and it went. I mean, we had to work around a bunch of those guidelines and make sure we did it in a safe way for the kids. But we had 135 kids come out, and we executed it good, and man, it went great, and the kids had a blast, and I'm very thankful that we had Haloti, Steve Longa, Anthony Zettel, and Cole Wick all come in from out of town, out of their schedules to come here to Winnemucca and help out the youth in my community. So, man, it was a really special week having them here.
Love that. Giving back Jace Billingsley to a community that supported him for a long time and bringing NFL players there to work out with these kids. Most of those kids, a lot of them, have never been up close to an NFL football player other than possibly Jace Billingsley. And for them to get that opportunity, when you look back on that camp, Jace, and I'm sure you want to keep it going, what were some of the personal highlights for you during last week for your Billingsley football camp?
I mean, well, yeah. So the name of it was Up from the Muck football camp, and that's just kind of the kind of the whole message behind the camp. It kind of goes beyond. It goes beyond football. It is a football camp, but we make sure that everyone talks to the kids and kind of gives them a little look into their journeys into life, and kind of how they got to where they're at, what their whys, just kind of the values that they live on, and just seeing them come back, and like I said, they're just great guys and great friends of mine, and being able to have them come back and be able to touch the lives of these kids, especially in these times right now. These kids are really looking for something positive to get out and do, and like I said, we were very fortunate and had a lot of help in being able to run it the right way and get it done, man. So I don't know. There's a lot of special moments during that camp that I took in, and they also talked to a lot of our high school athletes, which is cool. So yeah, like I said, man, it's just a really cool week, and a great time having them down in Winnemucca, and also just showing them around town and showing them kind of how we live out here, and they had a great time, and I think they'll be back. So it was great all around.
Is there an airport in the Muck? How do these guys get to town there, Jace? What was your strategy getting them in?
So they flew into Reno, and I went and picked them up, which is about 2 hours away. So that's the closest major airport. So
cool.
So we did that, and then Haloti actually lives in Park City, and he's been through here before and stuff. I've seen he's come by, so he just drove down from Park City. So yeah, we had to get them all, but they all came from different areas. So it was, it took some organizing and stuff, but it worked out. It worked out fine. It was great.
How often do you draw back on your EOU experience and the dudes you got to play with, living here in LeGrand for all those years, and the support you still receive from Mountie Nation, and what Coach Camp's done probably for your life personally, professionally? I'm sure you got a lot of fond memories about living in LeGrand, attending EOU. Talk to me about some of those and let the listeners hear it.
I mean, yeah, it's whenever I reflect back on those times, man, yeah, it's always with positive memories and things like that, and yeah, I still have relationships, just amazing relationships from those times, and keep in contact with all those guys, and man, just a special time in my life, and it was I was coming out of high school, you're always kind of hoping for a big school to go attend, D1 type of, all that stuff. But looking back, it was, I wouldn't have it any other way than going to LeGrand and playing for the Mounties, and yeah, having Coach Camp there to mentor us, and a guy who really cares and is passionate about the football program, but also just us as human beings, and definitely an experience in my life that was critical, man, and it meant a lot, and very thankful for it. So
no question, and like I said, we'd love to get you back here for a game at some point, homecoming, whatever it can be. Maybe your schedule is going to be a little more allowing in these next couple years for you to get to a game and watch the Mounties now. And hey, what was your high school wrestling record, Jace?
I think it was 223 and 8.
Yeah, 223 wins, 8 losses. You were a 4-time Nevada state champion. LeGrand's a big wrestling town. They got a nice wrestling program here at EOU.
Yeah, they just won state, am I correct, right? They won it this year?
Heck yeah. See, Jace Billingsley knows his stuff.
Oh, yeah.
He's still following it.
Yeah. Well, I actually got to know Clell Carson, and when I was playing up there, I went and helped him out at a few of their practices and stuff like that. So, yeah, I got some LeGrand wrestling,
That's awesome,
cred on me a little bit, No.
That's awesome,
But I was pretty excited to hear about them having a good football season and wrestling season, so that's awesome.
Would you have considered wrestling had you went to EOU during a wrestling with EOU had a program then? Would that have been a tough conversation with you and Coach Camp? Like, hey, I want to wrestle in the winter. Like, would you have considered it?
I mean, it would have been hard for me not to consider it. The one thing I would, I don't know. Yeah, looking back, I don't know what I would have done because wrestling was a big part of my life. But at the same time, it was good to move on from it. But I don't know if they had when I was there. That's something I do ask myself. And the one thing I know I wouldn't do, that I wouldn't cut crazy weight. I would just kind of wrestle where I was at. So,
yep.
But that's about, maybe if I could do that and not cut a lot of weight, then I'd be down. But
great, Jace Billingsley.
I didn't have to make that, yeah. So
hanging out with us here, Jace Billingsley. Jace, okay, at what point in your football career, maybe it was college, maybe it was after college or whatever it was. When did you say to yourself, maybe like, you know what, the NFL is an actual possibility? I'll steal a line from Rudy. You're 5'0" you're 100 and nothing, and yet you went and you played in the NFL for several years, and we're on a 53-man roster. When did you know? I mean, when did it not become like a dream, but more of a reality that you can play in that league? When was that?
Man, that's tough. I quote one of my favorite movies, by the way, Rudy. But I don't know. I just always thought of. I didn't really think necessarily whether. I mean, I always did think it was possible, but I didn't think too much about that. The only thing I really set my mind on was, something I wanted to go for, and I didn't want to live with myself, thinking I didn't give my full effort in attempting it, and so basically my whole attitude was, well, I'm going to just give it all I got, and I did believe in myself that I could do it, but but at the end of the day, it's just I'm going to give it all I got and then see what happens, and then once I got the opportunities to go up there and I saw that I hung in with those guys, and probably not till I got up there was I really like, oh man, I can do this. But
yeah,
I mean so it was just a cool thing, and I encourage a lot of other people to do that too, man. Just if they got something they really want to do, go after it. And even if you aren't successful in making it, you learn a lot about yourself along the way, and you test yourself, and you just kind of just strengthen yourself overall. I think if you do things like that, so I'm very thankful I made that decision to go after it.
I'll tell you this, man. You rock a Lions uniform, by the way. You look slick in the uni. That number 16 on the chest, flying around there. I love that. Those Lions uniforms are cool, too.
They are. Yeah, they're swaggy.
So back to the whole NFL process. Did Coach Camp call you into his office and say, hey, we want you to go to these combines, regional combines, or hey, some NFL people have called my office? Like, how does it go? How's that process work for a guy like yourself who goes undrafted and plays in the NAIA level? There's only a couple kids from the NAIA level that make a 53-man roster each year in the NFL. It just doesn't happen often. How did it happen for you? How did the whole process work?
Yeah, like I said, it's a tough process, coming from NAIA, but Coach Camp was there doing whatever he could, He actually the biggest part in that whole process was he was able to, through a connection he had with the Nevada football team, talk to their coaches and allow me to work out at their pro day, which is huge because if I didn't have that pro day, I wouldn't have got a shot basically. So he was the one who got me into that, which, like I said, was a huge turning point. So.
No question.
But yeah, it's a grind, man. Then you just you get that opportunity, you just got to capitalize on it. So.
You've dabbled in music. Maybe dabbled isn't the correct word. I don't know. I mean, seems like Jace Billingsley doesn't dabble. He dives in. He goes after something full on, head on. And tell me about this. It's kind of it's an interesting genre too. I see some country. I see some hip hop. I see some folk. Like, talk to me, like, have you always been this big music geek? Was that always in the back of your head if you had the means at some point to produce or come up and try to get this career in music going? Tell us about that a little bit and tell us where we can watch your stuff. So I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who haven't seen it yet. Plug it a little bit.
Yeah, so, this is something I always want to do. And then the first thing, if you want to do something, you have to start somewhere, right? And so that was kind of my deal. You start, and like I said, it's crazy where things can take you. And so I started out doing that video, which was more kind of that was more, I guess, of just kind of like a little thing about like my hometown and just kind of just more about the message and stuff like that. And then, but it's pretty cool. I have a few more songs out right now, but now I'm kind of now I've been really fortunate and getting hooked up with the producer and all these great musicians that want to be a part of what we have going. So I've been going to Austin, Texas a few times and working down there. And so now we're just kind of getting everything taken care of as far as that. And I am really excited about the sound because, like you said, it's a mix of a lot of different styles. And I'm fortunate enough to have musicians come on and that are amazing and add their own touch and kind of it's just cool how it all comes together. So I'm pretty excited to continue sharing that and and seeing where that continues to take me.
Got to come up to LeGrand and put a little concert on, Billingsley. Huh? Can we work that out?
Once we get through these weird times, we can have concerts again. Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, let's get you up here, and definitely something we can work on. Hey, back to the song that you're referring to. You shouted out, not in a positive light, the Bob Quinn, the GM of the Lions and the president of the Lions, and you did. Yeah. It seemed like there were, a little. I'm trying to see how I put this, but there's some hard feelings either way. Like you expressed, in that song that you weren't happy with how you and how other players are treated with the Detroit Lions. I have to ask you. You put it out there in the video, bro. You put a clown nose. You put a clown nose on Bob Quinn's face there.
Yeah. and I actually, looking back on that, I could have went about it differently. And I was, there as far as personally, I know like his son was around, and he's a good dad and stuff like that. So I look back on that. I probably could have done better, but basically the whole point of it was just, it's kind of, you see exactly what the relationship is with the players in the NFL right now. It's kind of it's a weird business in the way that the management and ownership interacts with the players, and that's something I saw, and that's why I'm not surprised now when you see them all constantly butting heads. I kind of saw that, and it just was something that I didn't really, that's not why I played football, and it was just there's a lot of factors that went into it. So basically, that whole thing was kind of saying how they actually, Lions called me back and to be on practice squad again, and so basically that was saying, that the importance of that in the video was me saying like, I turned down $10,000 a week because I'm not going to sell out for something I don't believe in, kind of deal. So that was kind of the point and all that, and so. But yeah, I definitely could have went about it a little different, but it is what it is. So.
Hey, you live and learn.
Hey, Jace, this is Doddsy. Did you get the idea for the clown noses from Portnoy?
From where?
From Barstool, from Portnoy, when he put the clown nose on Roger Goodell on the shirt.
No, I actually the guy who did the video said, because I said I wanted to do something about kind of, I don't know, and so I can't even take credit for the clown nose. That just kind of was someone else's idea.
Gotcha.
$10,000 a week, man. Oh, yeah. Jacer. Hey, is that you get paid in the NFL? What is it, Monday or Tuesday?
Thursdays.
You get paid on Thursdays in the league. Okay. Is it direct deposit? Do they give you a check? Can you do either? Like, how does the payment process work?
Direct deposit for the most part.
Okay. Yeah. So you just look in your bank account that day, and there's an absurd amount of money in there, even if you're a practice squad guy. Do you miss the food? I love talking food with NFL players, especially ex-ones, because the cafeterias these NFL teams have these days, I've heard stories. It's made to order. It's ribeye. It's tenderloin. It's whatever the hell Jace Billingsley wants that night. Do you miss the food? And what was your go-to food menu item in either Detroit or New England?
The cafeteria is awesome, man. They got they basically have 3 different entrees you can decide from every single meal, and personal little breakfast chef, and that part was that was amazing, man. So I miss that, but I also I'm back home and I get to go eat some of Mom's cooking every now and then, which you can't beat that. So
Hey, better cafeteria lineup: Detroit Lions or New England Patriots? Who's got the better meals?
I like the Lions better.
Nice. Good food there in Detroit. Hey, you spent some time there with New England. It must have been odd just going to work every day and just seeing Tom Brady there, whether you're on the jugs machine or the quarterbacks are tossing you balls. I had some people who wanted me to ask you, what it was like if you ever had the opportunity to catch balls from Tom Brady. Did you, and what was it like if you did?
Yeah, and I can't lie. It was so we do one-on-ones and stuff, and so he would throw to us, and he was Tom Brady. He's a really cool guy and just very passionate about the game. And I'm not gonna lie, the first time I caught the ball from him, because Stafford's my guy, and I love Stafford. He's an elite quarterback. But something about Tom Brady's passing, man, it was just so easy to catch. It was pretty cool. But maybe he just threw a really good one to me. So,
no, that's that. I love hearing that.
I did notice. He had a crazy sense of touch on it. It was pretty cool. So
best of all time.
He's obviously a great quarterback.
Do you have any cool Brady stories? Did he play a prank on you sometime? Did he give you shit for dropping a ball or anything? You got any cool Brady story you want to pass on to the listeners and the viewers here in Eastern Oregon?
I mean, I don't know. We had like I said, I wasn't there a whole long time, but but I know we had a meeting with, it was just us receivers and him, and he was running the meeting, and he just really got a taste for how intelligent he is, towards the game, and how he just, he also, if he's intelligent about it, he also simplifies it, and it's just he's a winner, man. He's a competitor, and he's a winner, and that's kind of the main thing I got from him. He's a leader, and just the respect that he gets from the rest of the team and coaches is pretty amazing.
Oh.
And he's earned it. So
I can imagine. I mean, you're in the receiver room. You're sitting there. You got your notepad, whatever, and TB12 walks in. He's like, "Hey," it's like he gives you a lecture. He's teaching class. I bet there were some attentive wide receivers there, and you must have at some point been like, "I'm sitting in a room now, and Tom Brady is going over film and stuff with us, and how he wants particular routes run, and certain code words for hot routes and whatnot." That must be some surreal moments there. Back to Stafford, because I know he's your guy. And Stafford's one of these interesting quarterbacking conundrums. He has all the ability. He's had a hard time staying healthy. A lot of guys, it's a rough sport. You get hurt. But in your opinion, why is it that maybe Stafford doesn't have maybe the wins, or isn't in the conversation with the Russell Wilsons or the Bradys, or that elite level quarterback? Because it seems like he has all the physical tools. Seems like a good dude. I've heard he's great to party with, especially when he was in college. He's a fun guy. Why? Just what's your take there on Stafford? Was there just not enough around him? Jace, give us the deal on Matthew Stafford.
I mean, I think that that also comes down to there is something about the whole culture around your team and how that I mean, you can go a million ways. It's just hard to win in the NFL, and a lot of years he hasn't had the weapons around him, and some years they do have a good team, but like I said, it's about the culture there. At least when I was there, was just interesting. I think that it wasn't capitalized on. We had a really tight knit team, and I just don't think it's just weird. The whole, I don't know, you could do better with the players we had as far as how you use them and just the attitudes and how you got to allow your good players to be good players. You got to allow them to play how they play, and you start putting players in a box on the field and off the field, and it kind of throws off the whole chemistry of the team, which is in the NFL, man. That's just as important as high school football.
I'm with you, and the culture, and I mean, I've studied this game. You've played this game, and the Detroit Lions. I mean, really since Barry left, have just had a hard time, getting it going. You played on one of the better Lion teams they've had in a long time. 2016, right. You guys went to the playoffs. You were active. You were a part of the 53-man, I should say, for that playoff game up in Seattle, and that was a good Lions team. They let Jim Caldwell go a couple years ago. Was it different for you because you were on that squad with Jim Caldwell, and then when Patricia got there, was it just different offensive philosophies with the OC and whatnot, which made your way to New England? What happened with you leaving Detroit? Was it when they got rid of Caldwell? Was he kind of a Jace guy, Jim Caldwell?
I don't know. I think Patricia liked me too, and I mean we had a package. We had a package in the preseason where I was a running back, and we called it Mountaineer, which is kind of cool. That was an actual
awesome
package, with the first team over there.
That's sweet.
And I'd go in at running back, and with staff, and we ran it in preseason, against our squad, and against Giants and practices and stuff, and it worked really well. And they kind of told me all right, cool. And I kind of got a quad injury. I sat out that third game. They basically said, you're good to go. We're gonna keep you on the team, and then they released me, but then they offered me back a practice squad, but the Patriots also made an offer, and just like I said, the way that what they were kind of doing there, was just something I didn't really, even though I don't know, just something just it comes down to just kind of what's right and what's wrong, and it just wasn't the right thing for me. I thought so. So I went and gave her a shot in New England, and I had a good experience there, and. It's just tough, and I mean, it's a tough business, man. And then
Totally.
And then, after that whole experience, I was my body was just tore up, and like I said, I had different aspirations and a different route I wanted to take based off kind of what I've seen through my experiences and what I thought was the right thing for me to do.
Absolutely.
And so that kind of led me to be where I'm at now.
I mean, the game is at some point going to tell you, hey, you might want to consider other options. Most kids are told, the game tells them that when they're in high school. You were lucky. The game told you that when you were getting paid to play professionally in the NFL.
Right.
Was there a time, and I'll leave you with this, and we got to move on here, and I really appreciate your time, dude. This has been awesome for us. Was there a time where you were mad at football, where you felt that maybe football didn't love you back as much as you loved it? Like, I'm talking like right when you got out of the game and you're wondering, okay, what's the next step before you got into the music stuff and everything else you're doing? Was there a time where you were mad at football, Jace?
I don't know. I had the music stuff already kind of playing. I was always working on music even when I was in the league. Like, that was something I was always wanting to do. And I just kind of took it, like, you get to that level and it's not, you're not, and maybe it's also, it could have been, I could have taken more responsibility and done better myself, but you're not playing necessarily for the love of the game. There's just so many other things you're playing to please your coaches or to make sure, I don't know, you got coaches telling you, hey, we're going out here, we're going to play not to lose. I'm not going to go out there and play to win, which is just not how I do things, and that's not why I compete. And so for me to be good at what I do, I have to enjoy it and do it kind of for the love of the game. And that was just I just kind of lost it through all that process. And like I said, I also take responsibility for it. So, but that's just how it goes. And I'm honestly thankful that it did, because if I wouldn't have made the decisions I did, I feel like I would have left a lot of my just potential of tapping into what I'm capable of on the table. So everything kind of happens for a reason. But I can't say I hate football or nothing. I can't say I started to hate it. It was just kind of what happened. So
well said, Jace Billingsley, again, future EOU All-American, former NFL wide receiver, and hanging out with us, giving us damn near a half hour of his time today. Much appreciated, Jace. I know you probably got other stuff going on as well. So, again,
I'm towing the boat behind me right now as we speak. So.
You're pulling a boat? Nice, man.
Yeah.
Nice, man. You bought a boat. That practice squad money does come in handy, Billingsley.
Nah, that was my family's boat. I can't take credit for that.
Hey, was Robert Prince your receivers coach?
He was.
Yeah, he's a good guy. I knew him when he was the OC at Boise State. Small world.
Right.
Jace, we'll be in touch, hopefully, down the road. If you need anything from us, you got my number. You know how to get in touch. If you want us to hype up your music, or if you're in town and you want to come on the show, whatever the hell you need, Jace, just reach out to me, man.
Hey, that means a lot, man. I really appreciate it. Thanks for having me today.
Absolutely. The great Jace Billingsley. Appreciate his time. And those NFL stories, Doddsy, I know we're so out of time. Doddsy's been screaming at me, wrap it up, like a father on prom night.
I actually was getting a kick out. You usually don't make mistakes, and you made a couple there.
What'd I say?
You said future All-American. You should have said future Hall of Fame.
Oh, I said future All-American?
Yeah, and you also said attentive, and that's not a word. Attentive is not a word.
What?
Attentive.
Attentive.
Yeah.
I said attentive.
I'm very attentive.
Attentive. Thanks, Doddsy.
I love you. It don't matter.
Let's thank you, Daniel Knopp, for that. We'll be back.
If you crave color, need stain, bought or building your first home, need an accent wall in a rental, are a contractor, or just have questions about paint and want a strong cup of coffee,
Welcome to Benjamin Moore. Come on in.
Appreciate it. We're here to help.
with true old-school customer service, Mallory Paint Store is your local Benjamin Moore retailer. Experts for getting your project done right the first time. With Mallory Paint Stores in Spokane, Spokane Valley, Coeur d'Alene, and Moscow.
Hi there, my name is Dr. Ollie, and I'm the new Produce and Chop Shop Mountaineer at the Marketplace Fresh Foods store in La Grande, Oregon. And I'm here today because I'm really excited to tell you about a 4th of July sale that we're having. It's gonna be a huge produce sale. We're gonna have barbecued corn, we're gonna have fruit cups, and I'll tell you about the details of those. So when is this happening? Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 11:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. And I want you all to come down and be outside in which should be good weather, with some good food that's going to keep you healthy and celebrate our 4th of July. So let me tell you what we're going to have. Remember, this is all on sale. We're going to have watermelons, cantaloupe, honeydew, strawberries, pineapple, blueberries, cherries, and they're going to be so good. These are the big sweet cherries, red ones, really good. White corn, Walla Walla onions from Walla Walla, and red and green grapes. Now, let me tell you about this corn. We're going to have a barbecue. We are going to strip the corn right there. We're going to put a special sauce on it, and you don't have to have the sauce if you don't want it, but it's a spicy Mexican sauce, and this recipe is from one of our people who work here, a student at EOU. It's a family recipe from Mexico, Mexican street corn, and this is white corn. It's super sweet. It's really, really good. Then the other thing we're going to have is fruit cups. They're going to be festive fruit cups with pineapple and papaya and watermelon and some other things in them. And there's a special topping you get to put on, a sauce that we've mixed up. You don't have to have it if you don't want to. And it's just gonna be super tasty, and it'll light your taste buds on fire. It'll be a great social experience.
I want to picture Ronald Bond dancing to this music. I think
he probably is.
I think if you worked with Bond, he could be a decent dancer. He's got a little bit of rhythm to him. Appreciate.
That would take a lot of work, Johnny.
Listen,
hey Bond, you haven't been introduced yet.
Yeah, wait for the introduction, Bundy.
I figured that was it.
Brought to you by the Oregon Trail Trader. We're going to hop from one guest to another, and what is up in the air? Well, prep sports, certainly fall sports schedule. You can say it's more than up in the air right now. We wanted to catch up and catch in and kind of see what he's thinking about. No one knows the local sports scene in this county better than Ronald Bond, sports editor for your LeGrand Observer. Pick up a copy, look online, get their work. They're doing a terrific job, certainly under these times as well. Ronald Bond hanging out with us right now. Bonnie, when you hear me say that, fall sports in jeopardy, up in the air, as I put, what goes through your mind there? You agreeing with me on that, Bondage?
I agree with you 100%. It's going to be a challenge, I think, for sports to come back. I don't know what the percentage is. I mean, you and I were texting about this a little last night, and I threw 25% out there as a chance, and you agreed with that. And I think that's what you're looking at. I think given the circumstances that are out there right now, and the way that things are looking with the state's response to the outbreak, I don't really know what's going to happen. I think I don't think there is a very good chance. Something interesting I read today, though, as far as the on the prep end, is it doesn't look like they're highly considering it right now, but it looks like OSAA is having some internal conversations. They actually talked about this in a press release today of maybe flipping the fall sports and spring sports schedule, which that would allow for, if you do that, your baseball, softball, track, those are things that can be better done in a quote-unquote social distancing manner than football, volleyball, soccer, your fall sports. So that's I'm gonna be really curious to see that. They just announced that today. I'm gonna be curious to see in the coming 30 to 45 days if this continues, if the COVID numbers continue to go up like they did today. Is that something that they would really consider? Because if the rules are going to be in place that you're not going to be able to do some of the contact sports until further notice, and you don't have then you're not going to have anything, really, is what it's going to come down to if you don't make a switch like that. So that's going to be an interesting thing to watch.
Well, some other stuff I saw what you've been up to, Bond. I read the most latest copy of the Observer, and talk about one of the very successful programs and coaches up at LHS. I mean, you talk Darren Dutto and what he did with that boys swim program, 14 state trophies, as you wrote in your piece. And, affectionately they called him the meanest coach ever, funny stuff. But
it was a lot of fun to talk to Coach Dudo about, just even about that moniker. He, I think that interview was probably close to 45 minutes. He gave me all kinds of time to just, ask him some questions and dig in. And the amazing, it's, you talk about, you mentioned what he did with the boys program, and, rightly so with, they got a state championship. But I think what he did with the girls program was even more impressive, because the girls program was not on any sort of a state stage until he got there and got going about 4 or 5 years, because the boys had the run in the early 2000s when they won 4 in a row. And yes, they won another title under him, but that 14 titles is actually, or state trophies, is split 7-7 between the boys and girls. And every girl state trophy in the program came under Darren Dudo, and all of them since 2012. So, I mean, he did an exceptional job up there. And, and I think we might have talked about this back in the fall, which feels like, or in the beginning of winter, which feels like an eternity ago, that I thought the girls program had a legitimate chance to win state this past winter, and they ended up third. They ended up scoring the most points the team ever has. So, but, yes, what Darren did with both programs, I'm not trying to elevate one over the other. What he did at both was exceptional, and whoever they bring in next is going to have some difficult shoes to try to fill.
Hey, Bondi, I didn't read the article yet, but didn't Darren follow, wasn't he coming hired right after some serious bad stuff that happened involving the swim team?
Yeah, I don't know all the details of the fallout there following that 4-year run, but yeah, there was, they won 4 in a row. They had a year, another year, and then the beginning of 05, the 05-06 year was when Darren came on. And I don't know all the details of all the goings-ons of that. We didn't really get into that. It was more, my focus more was on, what Darren did in his 15 years there. So,
sure.
But yeah, he did come on right at the tail end of that. And, I mean, you never, at least I've never heard of any sort of anybody having an issue, a problem, or anything like that with Coach Dudo. I mean, I've talked with him several times, talked with athletes who work with him. I mean, exceptional coach, exceptional person. So, I mean, yeah, like I said, he's leaving the program in a pretty good spot.
Yeah, that was kind of my next question, Bondi, because a lot of times, certainly in prep sports, you have a coaching staff that, heck, is more responsible, let's say, for the success of a program than maybe the student athletes. And would you say that this program, I mean, you're talking Dudo, I mean, he's a UC Davis swimmer. That's a hell of a swimming program where he's from. He's a prof at EOU. I mean, he did a really good job up there. And in your opinion, so I guess you already stated it, but you think this swimming program for LeGrand, both boys and girls, still will flourish with whoever gets the gig? And is there a successor yet? Have they hired a new coach? What do you have to say, Bondage?
I don't know if they've brought somebody on yet. What I will say, as far as the reason why I think the success of the program will continue, is look at the swim club, the summer club team that LeGrand has. That has athletes, coming out their ears. That they start them young. I mean, the swim club has athletes as young as, I think, 6, 7, 8 years old. So they start them young. You have kids come in that are excited to do it, and those are kids that build their way up to it, and those are your elite swimmers that are winning state championships and part of record-setting relay teams. And I'm obviously not saying that a kid couldn't come in, late in middle school or early in high school and not have success, but it's one of those things where if you're doing it for years and build up to it, a lot of the top athletes on the team this past year, particularly on the girls team, have been in the swim club and in the LHS program for several years, and there's a lot of there are a lot of athletes involved in that program. So that is what I believe will, as long as that swim club stays healthy, which I think it will, as far as numbers, I think that will feed. It's like any other program. You got to have a good feeder program. That's why the Mariners were bad for so many years, because they didn't have a good farm program. This is, in essence, the swim club is in essence a good farm program for the high school, and it's a very good program in its own right.
Bondi, what do you think about EOU and the football situation there Coach Camp has? I'm not sure when they're going to get underway. The NAIA has said, no, you can't play 11 games. You can play a maximum of 9. EOU schedule has 8. I saw your post a couple of weeks ago or whenever. You guys did a good job on that. I saw it on your site before I saw it on the EOU site, the new schedule. So nice job getting the beat on that, even beating the own school at their stuff. But what's your that seems like a pretty cool opener. September 14th, Saturday night against C of I at Community.
There's no against SOU.
Again, sorry, and I don't know if we're going to still call it the Small College Civil War or not, but that's.
I'm calling it the small college. I'm still calling it the small school Civil War. If you want to call it the state championship, whatever. And I don't want to get into that, because that's going to be that could take us down a complete different road.
Rabbit hole. Yeah, it would.
I think changing the name of the Civil War was absolutely asinine, to be honest with you. But as far as without getting off, to not get off track, and your questions about EOU. As far as the football program, and really as far as any of the programs, mid-August is when we'll really have a good sense of how things are going to look forward, and if the season is going to happen. Because August 15th is when NAIA has said would be a practice, when practices could begin, and this is for football, this is for volleyball, this is for soccer,
Man,
this is
that's
for
late.
cross country, for all the sports. What it's going to amount to is NAIA has said that there has to be a set number of programs, and what they've said is half of the programs in each individual sport have to have gotten the okay, however their states are going about doing it, to for them to okay the play to begin before they get that. So what that means is there's 95 NAIA football programs. That means half of those, so 47 is what they're saying, would have to have an okay for the season to begin. On the volleyball and soccer level and cross-country level, you're looking at more like 105, 110 programs that have to get an okay for the season to begin, for practice to begin on August 15th. And if states don't, if they don't get that many, then from what I read from NAIA yesterday, I think they'll have to sit down and kind of reevaluate. But that's going to be interesting to see how different states handle those situations, and do states give difference to colleges and to pro teams for them to play. Kind of, it seems to a certain degree on some of them, like they kind of are talking like they might do that. So I'm going to be really curious to see, if that actually does indeed play out. Because if not, we talked about if prep sports are going to happen, there's that leaves a real question in the air of if high schools or college sports are going to happen here at EOU this fall.
I don't even know if kids are going to be on campus,
Yeah, we don't.
And if they're not on campus, they're probably not going to let them participate in activities. It's still way up in the air. We're talking with Observer Sports editor Ronald Bond with us. Have you heard any rumblings, Bondy boy? I just read today Boise State had to cancel a baseball program that they just brought back.
And swimming. They canceled
swimming and
as well.
diving.
Yep.
I've seen other schools at that level have to cancel sports due to this. Have you heard any mumblings? Like, I know, lacrosse is coming in. Baseball's coming back. Have you heard any rumors around EOU that they might have to cut some sports?
not heard anything to that extent. So I think for now, I think fans can go forward expecting that the sports that are in place are going to remain. But again, it's kind of like everything else. Things are something that I don't think there's going to be anything cut in that regard, at least from what I understand for now. Like I said, I haven't heard anything that says that. But I mean, announcements like that kind of seem like they really come out without any notice. So, but the school has been in an improving financial situation the last few years. That's what allowed them to bring back baseball, to bring lacrosse on board. So, I think I can't imagine unless the school has taken a major hit that hasn't been reported yet, that I can't imagine that any sports would end up getting cut. And unfortunately, if something did happen like that, then you're probably looking at the two that they just added back would be the ones that
exactly
would get the axe.
Yep,
so,
exactly.
I think for now, I think things are. As I understand, things are still okay.
I don't want to see folks in this community who fought so hard to bring baseball back to lose it before it even comes. Oh man. That would just be a rough situation, and obviously lacrosse too.
For the fans listening, that football game's the 12th of September, not the 14th.
Okay, and that's a
Saturday.
Small College Civil War Saturday kicks off the EOU season if we have it. Ronald, if you look at the LeGrand football team coming back next year, who's one player on that squad that you think is going to have a major breakout, all-state caliber year? That is coming back. We know they lost so many gifted players.
They lost so much. I mean,
coming back. Who's the BMOC? Who's the big man on campus coming back for EOU next year? And I'm sorry, for LeGrand in football next year. Who's going to have a killer year?
Looking at I actually got the roster pulled up in front of me because they lost so much from last year. What was it? 25 seniors.
Yeah, over 20 seniors.
I think just looking at the roster, two that jump up as I look at it would be maybe a Casey Cornford or Peyton Cooper. Cornford stepped in as he was their kicker throughout the punter throughout the year, would come in more once get some reps to kind of help spell Nathan Reed, and got a lot of reps in garbage time last year, which meant he was getting a lot of reps because garbage time usually began about halftime in a lot of their games. I think he comes back next year as a senior running back. I think he's somebody that could jump in and fill a role. I think Braden Carson could be a possible one. I mentioned Peyton Cooper. I think those are two or three there, but I mean the roster is going to be so different next year, and the team is going to take on a completely different look because they not only graduated the skill players, for lack of a better word, the Nathan Reeds, the Parker Robinsons. They basically graduated the entirety of the offensive and defensive line as well, except for maybe save a player here or there. So I mean they're going to be. You're looking at probably 10 new players on the offensive and defensive line of the offensive and defensive side of the ball, give or take. So, Coach Mack is, if we get a season, which I hope we do, but Coach Mack is going to have his work cut out for him.
I can't wait to see the challenge. I really can.
Bondi, I think you overlooked quite possibly the best player on that team, and only because he's a sophomore, Brody McMillan. He's going to be a stud.
No, that's a good one to bring up. Yeah, I completely, looking down the list, and when I looked at the roster earlier, he was one that jumped out. But you're absolutely right. I mean, that's another player. Maybe him and Cornford are your two in the linebacking or in the running back role, and Brody's a very good linebacker.
He's a tough kid.
Glad you mentioned, because when I looked at the roster earlier this afternoon, I was like, yeah, he could be one, and I completely spaced him. So, good on you for bringing that up.
Hey, Bondage.
I haven't been in sports mode the last 3
Yeah, Dodds.
Well, and he's a sophomore too.
He's calling
a
you
sophomore.
out.
No, I wasn't calling him out. I just think he deserves he deserves the
that.
mentioning,
No, he
definitely.
absolutely
Yeah.
does.
Hey, are we gonna
could be the starting back next year?
Are we gonna get Ronald Bond versus Doddsy in swimming and hoops once all this stuff clears? Remember we were talking about that like 6
I'm not
months
trying
ago?
to get the Rona from Bondy, man.
Remember we were talking like 6 months ago, and I haven't seen Bondy wear a mask either, so I'd be a little worried about him.
Well, I don't go out very often. To be fair, so.
No comment there, Bondy.
Oh, we're still gonna do it.
On the competition?
Yes.
Yeah, we'll still make it happen. It's Kyle's chances of winning probably went up 50% the last 3 months, but
Why is that? You put on some you got a shape.
Dude, there's nowhere to go. You're sitting at home. I mean, you know.
Well, I mean, we're in the same boat, so I don't see how my chances went up.
Yeah, Doddsy's not like working out every day, and you're not. I don't know. I mean,
that's fair.
But we're gonna do that, and that's gonna be a fun one.
Yes, that needs to happen.
What you doing this weekend? You gonna lay low for the 4th of July and celebrate this wonderful nation's independence, Bondy? What's the plan?
I'm considering heading up to check out that fireworks show up in Wallowa County.
Me too.
We definitely ain't wrestling then.
Gets the okay to heaven. Yeah,
No,
that's totally my plan.
Oh, if he's going to spend some time there, he might stay in his car. He'll stay in his car, Doddsy.
That takes away all the fun of 4th of July. Like, part of the fun is being out at the lake. You know what I mean? Like, you know.
Yeah.
Right, but
yeah.
No, that's my plan. Other than that, kind of lay low and probably do something that all of us should probably do, and that's sit down and reread the Declaration and reread the Constitution and remember what the country was founded on.
Bondage.
he had to get a little political jab.
Bondy, you got to throw your political jabs in.
How is that getting political to reread those things?
You sound like you sound like a Trump supporter.
Oh, don't even bring. Yeah.
Hey, dude, MAGA all day. Let's go.
Yeah.
Lars Larson's the other building.
I think Lars Larson's about 300 miles away.
Yeah.
Bondy, just
Doddsy, no politics.
No. I'm just going to tell him, like, when I brought up McMillan, I wasn't trying to undermine you by any means.
Yeah.
Oh no, I didn't think that at all. I did not think that at all. That's a good player to bring up. Like I said, I did see him earlier when I looked at the roster, and then
he's gonna have a good year.
Airheaded it.
He's gonna have a really good
year. That kid is tough.
Didn't they tell us? Doesn't he like ride bulls and stuff or something?
Like
I mean, he's a tough dude, man.
Yep.
Well, and I can't remember. I think it was him. Wasn't it him that, or was it Casey that played basically the entire playoffs with a broken finger?
Yeah, probably both of them.
One of them did.
They're both tough. I know that.
Bondy, seen any good movies lately? You want to recommend Bondy at the movies? Netflix shows. What are you watching, man? What are you doing?
Honestly, I'm spending a lot of time, probably too much time, just wasting on YouTube.
Oh, you watch YouTube videos?
Sounds like me, Bondy.
Stupid, and I wouldn't even say stupid videos. I've become a pretty big, to be honest with you, Steven Crowder fan the last couple of weeks. So watching a lot of his stuff.
Don't know who that is.
Motivational
guy?
He's a political pundit.
Okay, cool.
He's a political pundit. But one of the things that he leans right, to be fair, but one of the things I like about a lot of the stuff that he shows is he's one of those people that is willing to sit down and have a discussion with somebody across the aisle, which you don't often see from people on either side.
And no one wants to hear anybody else's opinion. They just want information that's going to support their own. I mean, and that's just where we are. It's, I mean, both sides are doing it, and it's just where we are. We're at a political and cultural war right now in this country. We just are. And I mean, you can't scroll social media without. That's why we need sports back, man. We need something else to come in here and take away from the nastiness that you find on social media pretty much constantly. One meme after another to support whatever side wants. Anyway, Bondy, I wanted to bring you on. I'm glad we did.
We need to keep you away from it because you sound like you're gonna go.
It's just frustrating. It's just frustrating every time.
Bond, do you spend any time on TikTok?
No, I don't have it, and I really don't have any desire to get one.
Bond doesn't talk. TikTok.
Oh, I talk way too much. I just don't TikTok.
Bondy doesn't TikTok. Well, man, I hope to see you on the sidelines in a couple months, man. We need you. We need your coverage. You know, we need to get you back in sports, Bondy. We just, this community needs their local sports writer. They just do, bud. Well,
I appreciate that.
We're lucky somebody hasn't snatched you up yet.
Yeah, where are you right now, Bondy? You at your house? You at the Observer office?
No,
you in the newsroom?
I'm actually sitting at the office right now. So gonna probably head home in a little bit. And
what's for dinner tonight? What are you eating tonight?
That's a good question. I don't.
You haven't
know.
thought about it?
What's a typical Bond dinner look like?
What's the typical dinner look like for you on a random Thursday night?
Yeah. Now, is this if I'm being healthy, or is this if I'm
just a regular
typical dinner? Yeah.
Lately, and it's just because it's about 2 blocks from where I live. I've been ingesting probably way too much Burger King because it's just down the road from where I'm at. So
he's giving Burger King an endorsement.
Yeah, that's probably gonna change with the new Yaya Nikki's going in next week, which is
wait, what's this?
Where's that?
What's this going? Wait, say that again.
Yaya Nikki's is putting a second location in next week.
Where at?
Second and Adams.
Right on the
Is
corner.
that where that bakery used to be and all that good stuff?
Yep.
Yaya Nikki's is going in there?
Read the newspaper.
Damn it, Bondage. Yeah, I need to. Hey, what's your go-to items at Burger King? Like, typically you order the same thing. What is it? Dodds used to work there, man.
Dude, they got a chicken nugget 8-pack for $1.
I know, dude. Isn't that amazing? Like, I could eat 50 of those son of a guns, man. Seriously, honey mustard, some yeah. Eight chicken nugs for $1.
It used to be 10. It used to be 10 for $1.
So you're a chicken nugget guy?
Dude, I can't pass up a deal like that.
Yeah, that's true. All right, man. Well, we always appreciate talking to you, man. Go eat some chicken nuggets.
I'm probably going to.
Hey, what sauce? What sauces, man? What type of sauce?
Huh?
Barbecue.
Dude, barbecue all day.
I told
so
you.
Just chicken nuggets dipped in barbecue sauce. Okay. That's you too, Doddsy?
I'll actually get some of those with ranch as well.
Yeah, ranch. You're not a honey mustard guy?
No, I do. A barbecue sauce on everything.
What about that zesty onion ring sauce?
That's just good.
You ever had that at Burger King?
I'm not an onion ring fan.
But
you don't have to. You can dip whatever you want in it.
You can dip the chicken in it too, bruh.
Yeah.
Ask for the zesty sauce tonight.
Try it. Yeah,
give it a shot and let us know.
Yeah, it comes in the
you
same
gotta remember,
package.
like I said, though, I'm the person that puts barbecue sauce on mac and cheese if I have the opportunity.
Interesting. So you love barbecue sauce on just about every hamburgers, hot dogs?
Hey,
Burgers.
No way, hot dogs. Barbecue sauce on a dog.
Barbecue sauce is so strong that basically is telling me
like,
that you don't like the taste of food. You
seriously,
just like the taste of barbecue.
Seriously, because barbecue sauce, when you put barbecue sauce on something, you just taste the barbecue sauce.
Yeah,
it's
you
like
put
what you
barbecue
taste
sauce on a cat turd and it tastes like
exactly.
Barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll put some barbecue sauce on one of those jalapeno peppers next time you try to get me to eat one.
You're getting way hotter than a jalapeno pepper next time. Trust me.
Yeah.
Well, I think it was hotter last time anyway.
If you lose the contest, Bond, between me and you, that's the punishment.
That's fun. Well, as long as just don't screw me like last time and not leave me with any milk to drink.
Yeah, we'll set you up. We'll set you up, man.
Right.
Oh, Bondy.
I don't trust you, Johnny.
You shouldn't. You shouldn't. LeGrand Observer sports editor Ronald Bond. Pick up a copy, subscribe, support your local newspaper, the LeGrand Observer. Been going over 100 years in this town. Let's make sure it keeps going and keep hardworking, very creative and talented journalists like Ronald Bond in this town coming on shows like this. Bondy, thank you, man. Good stuff.
Thank you, Johnny. Catch you guys later.
Thanks, Bond.
Oh, Bondage.
Peek out.
Chicken nuggets, 8 for $1, huh? Or is it 10? Is it 10 still?
I thought it used to be 10, but I think they might have.
We went with 2 little nuggets. 10 was just too much. But I mean, for $1,
it's a pretty good deal.
That's dangerous, man.
Yeah. All the stuff that's bad for you is cheap, and all the stuff that's good for you is expensive
and tough to make. Like I would eat healthier if it was easier for me to eat healthier.
We just need to blow this show up and get a chef.
Hey, you know what we're doing tonight though?
The Nelk Boys.
I went to Heinz Meat Co. I bought 2 ribeyes.
You can't. They aren't a sponsor.
I went to the meat store. I went to the meat
visited the
place.
meat wagon?
I got 2 ribeyes and a tenderloin that Doddsy's cooking up tonight.
Oh, he is?
We're grilling it on the
It's news to
barbecue.
me.
Got some nice charcoal grill. And Doddsy, on my steak, I like it rare, okay? Bloody. A little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, keep that on there, a couple minutes each side. You know that, right?
Yeah, so why am I cooking it if you know exactly
I'll
how to
cook it then
yourself?
too, fine. But I bought the freaking steaks, spent $60 at that place.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I got the best meat they had.
You had to have.
Like, you're going to love
definitely.
this. Like, we're talking $18, $19 a pound.
Oh.
Dodsy, I hooked it up.
All right. We got to take a break.
Let's get Dana Londin, golf pro, general manager, Buffalo Peak, around the corner. See you guys. We'll be fun show, just a guest-filled lineup today. We like to do this every now and again, especially on days like this. I mean, the hell, it's July 2nd, 4th of July weekend. This will be our final show of the week. Get a jump start on our 4th of July weekend, and went from Jace Billingsley to Ronald Bond to one of our favorites, good friend of the show. Just a great hang, just a good dude. Dana Londin, pro golfer and general manager at Buffalo Peak Golf Course. You're going to want to meet whoever at the Peak. Such a great summer, such great weather. I bet they got 4 or 5 carts out there right now, Doddsy. Maybe even more than that out there. You need to get out there and start hitting more, Kyle. Seriously, you do.
I know.
Okay, you got the big event coming up on July 11th. We'll talk about that as well. But let's welcome on, again, big friend of the show, one of our favorites, Dana Londin, hanging out with us. Dana, welcome to the gig. Welcome to the program. How do you like your steak? Are you very particular about that? If so, how so?
Medium rare.
Guy's a medium rare guy. What do you say to that, Doddsy? You're the resident chef around
That's
here.
me. I mean, I'm medium rare, too.
What is it about medium rare that you like it more than rare or well?
I can do a rare, but I can't do a well. I mean, that just, to me, ruins it. Sorry.
It's a waste of meat, right?
It is. It is.
It's a total waste of meat there. I'm with you, bro. Is your golf game still improving, DL? Like, you still get better at golf, or are you at the age right now where, hey, your best was 5-10 years ago or whatever? Because golf's weird like that.
My best was a while ago.
So you got old man. You got old man game right now.
Oh, I got old man game for sure.
Okay,
I mean, you can tell how old I am by the number of head covers I got. I got hybrids, woods, yeah, all kinds of stuff.
Well, okay, if you were to put together a foursome, the senior circuit, we're talking dudes, say 55 or older. You've seen everybody in this town golf. You had your run at the country club. Now you're at Buffalo Peak. So you've seen everybody swing in this town. Who are the top golfers, like 55 and up?
in this town, I'm guessing you're going to talk guys like, I don't know.
Mark Sherman?
There's a lot. No.
Ron Aratola?
Mark, no.
Mark Goss?
Second team.
Mark Goss?
No.
Hell no.
No.
Okay.
You're talking guys like Mike Walker. Mike's like a 2 or a 3, and Mike's like 60-something.
Mike Walker in his 60s. That with a 2 or 3, that's a hell of a handicap there. Okay. Who are else some of the older golfers who can still hit the hell out of the ball and play good golf? You?
There's just a bunch of them, man. That'd be a tough group to pick, honestly. When the young kids, it was kind of easy, but Mel Jackson plays a lot with Mike. He's about a 4 or 5, and I mean, he's another guy that's just fully retired.
Donnie McCandy?
Not anymore.
Okay.
Donnie's slowing down a little bit.
Okay. Sorry, Donnie.
Yeah. Boy. That's tough. That's a tough one.
Okay. I mean,
let's go with those two. Next time I'll fill it in for you.
Oh, please do. Have you ordered your Cam Newton jersey yet?
Not yet.
No. Are you going to wear one if I buy one for you?
If you bought me one, I'd wear it.
Okay. I mean,
yeah.
What's the thought on that?
I'd wear it.
Let's talk. You're the only Patriots fan in Union County that we can know. Someone who at least admits to that. Sorry, DL. Cam Newton, man, you got to be excited there, huh? Eh?
I am excited. You know, if he learns how to throw the ball where it's supposed to go, I mean, that's his only downfall. I mean, he's an athlete. There's no question about it. He can run the ball. He's proven that. Brady ran the ball his entire career for just barely over 1,000 yards, I think. Maybe 1,100. Dodds would probably be able to answer that, but. You know, so you got a very mobile quarterback. The genius thing about the Patriots is they guaranteed him $550,000.
Isn't that crazy? So if he pulls any garbage, he's just gone.
The bonus is though, you know, obviously, you know, you perform, you're going to make $5.5 million. Okay, what do I got to do? You know, so that's you know. And I think Belichick is very underrated for that, you know, taking players that, you know, were trouble players and, you know, turning them into good players. And, you know, there's been some other time. I mean, let's face it, Brady was a 7th-round draft pick.
Sure.
So,
yeah.
I'd be more worried about the circus that Cam Newton brings than whether or not
he does bring a circus with him.
Oof.
Well, I mean, he's got his outfits, and that's his deal. He has his fashion company and whatnot, and he has other interests.
Right.
That's going to be a big
talking
difference.
About that either. I mean, just his off the field. You know,
I don't know if he. I don't know. I don't know what you guys are talking about on that. I've never seen him in handcuffs.
No, I don't mean. I'm just saying he says some stuff that he probably shouldn't say.
Okay, some outspoken stuff here.
You know, they all say stuff though. You know, they all say.
I know Gronk was.
You're used to Brady though. Remember that.
Yeah, I mean, Tom Brady is football and family,
Business.
and that's it. Cam has other ventures. Yeah. He has other stuff he wants to do. Football isn't the end-all, be-all for Cam Newton, and he's been able to survive because he's built like Hercules. And, I mean, he's built like an offensive end, a pass rusher, and he's a brilliant quarterback when he gets it going. He's won a lot more games than he's lost in this league.
For sure.
And if Josh McDaniels and Bill Belichick can get this going, and I mean, they're not going to be bad. If Cam Newton is your starting quarterback in this league and he's healthy, you're got a really good chance to make the playoffs in this league. And in that division, if you get a good Cam season, we've seen this guy win the league MVP four seasons ago. So, I hate it for these stinking Patriot fans. I was hoping you had to sweat through Stidham this year and go 4-12, 3-13, and then I could hear Patriot fans just completely go away. Now all of a sudden you're going to get Cam in that division. You're gonna be in the mix, man. I mean, damn Patriot
fans.
Happen. Hey,
could happen.
What about the punishment, dude? They lost a 3rd rounder. They got fined a couple $1 million, whatever. Were you pretty happy with that? I mean, that was kind of a slap on the wrist, right, Dana?
I think they should have lost two top picks.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. I think they should have lost 2 top picks.
Yeah, multiple. They've been busted multiple times for different forms of cheating, and I know we're just packing on your Patriots, and I'm sorry about that, bro. But
yeah, I know. Yeah,
you know,
sorry about your Astros.
Yeah,
I ain't no Astro fans around here, bro.
No, man. Dana, let's talk about the important stuff. Sorry about. I just want to give you a little bit.
Okay, yeah, let's talk about the important stuff. What about Antonio Brown throwing the football around
with Russell Wilson?
I got a clip of it if you want to see it.
Yeah, throw it on there, Dodds.
Oh, Dana can't see it, though.
I'll tell you this. Antonio Brown and Russell Wilson.
I can see it. I'm sitting in front of my computer.
Working out yesterday. This is the clip right here. And nobody throws a deep ball right now like Russ. There's AB running under that ball. Picture perfect stuff. I'll tell you this. That's football pornography for me, gentlemen. It is. That's porn for me. Seeing Russell Wilson and AB running these routes, and look, if Russell Wilson goes to management and says, "Get me him, I want him, he makes us better," I hope the Seahawk brass listens to Russell and signs the guy. You're going to get him on the cheap, kind of like a Cam Newton type of deal. Thank you, Doddsy. Kind of like a Cam Newton deal, and if he turns out to be a turd nugget, you simply get him out of the building.
I looked at the odds for whether or not he's going to get signed.
Yeah.
It's like minus 200 that he won't get signed, plus 300 that he signs with the Seahawks.
Plus 300.
500 that he signs
3-1
with
odds there.
Somebody else, I don't know.
Yeah, no, to your question, Dana, there, I mean, I would... It's the NFL. Is he a model dude? Do I want him to babysit my children? Hell no. But on Sunday afternoon, is he going to make my team better? And if so, yes, cool with me. You know, don't be a criminal.
He just can't behave himself. He just can't do it.
You're right. He's a petulant.
It's impossible for him to behave.
He's a petulant punk ass biatch, right? He has been. He has. I'm with you, man. You know, and. I mean, what's going to happen when he's open and Russell throws to Tyler Lockett or DK or tries to run it or gets sacked? Then he goes to the sideline. He has his little temper tantrum.
Bitch is a bitch fit.
Yeah, you know, and Seattle, they got rid of that a few years ago with the tail end of the LOB and when everybody was fighting with each other in the locker room. They removed themselves from those guys and I don't know.
They removed themselves from those guys and then took a chance with Josh Gordon.
Who's never a...
No, he's not
He wasn't an attitude guy.
He was still an at-risk
smokes
player.
a lot of weed, and Dana knows about Josh Gordon. He loved him with his Patriots, too. You know?
They just might go out there and take a chance.
I hope they take a chance on either AB or Josh Gordon. I think the Patriots should try to bring Josh Gordon back. I mean...
Josh Gordon's not coming back to Seattle.
You don't think so?
No, he's not going back to the Patriots. No.
I would totally take him back in Seattle if they wanted him. Dana, we pushed this event back to July 11th. The Doug Trice, it's the Doug Trice, Battle at the Peak?
Yeah, Battle at the Peak, Scholarship Foundation.
You know, this is going to be, I mean, we're still going to do our best with this thing. Talk to us about it, like, you know, with the pushback, July 11th.
I think we're good. You know, here's the deal. You know, we can close the golf shop. Nobody has to come in the golf shop. We already limit it to 4 people. You have to be wearing masks. I mean, we can do all the right things. I think that for the most part, people understand how important it is to social distance and stay away from other people. I think that that's important.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I do.
And I think one of the important things, too, Dana, is we're going to have somebody there up by the golf shop being the enforcer. And not like in the sense of being a jerk, but just making sure that people are doing the right thing.
People are doing the right thing. And, you know, we got Bob Kavanaugh's going to do all the announcements in the morning. And, you know, guys, this is a great event. Let's make it fun for everybody, but also let's be safe. You know, you want to wear a mask while you're out on the golf course? That's fine. We got masks. You don't bring a mask with you.
Yep. Hey, Dana Londin, Golf Pro. Buffalo Peak, excited to have him on. Would you rather let a group like 10 cockroaches run over your hand or on your leg?
On my hand, because I can squish them.
Okay. Would you rather?
But bugs don't really bother me. It's snakes. Ugh.
You're not a snake guy? Yeah.
No, not at all.
Snakes don't bother me. More like rodents bother me more than snakes, I would say, as far as that.
Yeah,
I'm not a big rodent fan. Doddsy loves rodents.
I don't really. I don't like puke or poop. Those are my two things.
Would you rather, Doddsy, would you rather sniff a dog's butt or lick a dog's butt?
Sniff.
Okay.
Duh. Well, nobody in their right mind is going to say lick right there.
Dana, would you rather take a bath with a dead body or sleep in a bed for a full night next to a dead body?
What are you reading? Where are you coming up with this?
He's
stuff?
on the interweb.
Pretty good stuff, man. Come on, Dana, don't dodge this.
Good. You need sports back way worse than anybody could ever imagine.
Right.
These are the questions you're asking.
He's dodging. He's dodging the question. We need your answer.
Yeah, well, neither. How's that?
You don't get a
answer.
pick neither. It's would you rather, one or the other.
I'd rather do neither.
Okay, what about this? Would you rather eat raw food or rotten food?
Oh, raw food.
Easy.
I'm with you guys on
that.
that.
Yeah, that's easy.
Rotten food's so gross, man.
Would you rather be a Dana, would you rather be a werewolf or a vampire?
Werewolves dress pretty awesome. They got some pretty badass outfits for werewolves.
Yeah, Teen Wolf.
The werewolf thing.
Dana would be a werewolf.
I'd be a vampire.
I'd probably be a werewolf.
I'd never have to come out during the day.
Oh, that'd be yeah, right?
Yeah. Well, I'd miss garlic though. I love garlic.
There's some gross ones here.
I'm sure there is.
Oh yeah. I'm sure there.
Dana's at work right now too. He's sitting there like they're asking me if I'd rather be a werewolf or a vampire.
I got.
What kind of sports show is this?
Dana, would you rather have a stranger sit on your face naked or you sit on a stranger's face naked?
Neither, but I'm going to choose B in that situation every single time.
Yeah, I'm not letting a stranger sit on my face.
It's like sniffing and licking the dog's butt.
Yeah,
Yeah. You need to change websites.
Yeah, if somebody said that they'd rather have somebody sit on their face, there's something wrong with them.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay. Last one. Dana, would you rather have to use a public toilet for a severe bout with diarrhea or have one of your friends who has severe diarrhea use your own personal toilet?
Oh, no, we're going to use the public one.
So you would rather have your diarrhea mess in a public bathroom than let Doddsy come into your home, Dumb and Dumber style diarrhea. You wouldn't want that.
Yeah.
I would much rather have somebody come into my house than blow up.
That's the worst, isn't it, Dana? The public bathroom when you really gotta go.
When you got no choice.
Yeah.
When you got no choice, yes.
I did that one time at KFC. I was riding home on my bike. I was like 13, riding home from Optimus.
And you had to go to the bathroom.
It started coming out while I was riding my bike, and I busted into KFC into the bathroom and just blew it up.
Yep.
Underwear.
I've done those too. I mean,
it was bad.
Those are tough, man.
You guys see what Randy Moss says?
No.
About the Brady pick or the Cam Newton?
Yeah, about it being a lot more about it. Listen to Dana change the subject here. Like
he's like, no more of this shit.
Well, I mean, you guys called it a sports talk radio show, not pooping in the outhouse or show.
Dana, would you rather pop a zit on Doddsy's back or on his forehead?
Well, you know what? We were actually going to start a pool for who got to pop the one on your forehead.
Oh, the zit of zit. That zit, dude.
That was Mount Zit.
It was, man. That was the biggest zit I've ever had, and I'm 40.
Like $50, and I'm sure that somebody would have paid $50 for that.
Like sponsor it. Like this zit pop is brought to you by a local dermatologist or something. No.
Yeah.
Well, if you have a zit, you probably don't want to have the dermatologist on that segment because they're obviously not doing a very good job if you got a zit.
Okay, last one.
Right.
This is really gross, guys.
Oh, really?
Should I?
No, go for it.
Dana.
Let's make Dana real uncomfortable.
Dana, would you rather drink menstrual blood or semen?
Really?
I can't answer that question.
I'm so sorry to people watching this.
They're like,
that is
what are you
uncalled
guys
for.
doing?
What are you doing?
That is unacceptable.
Okay, so let's get back to Randy Moss and what he says. He says if Cam Newton can throw the ball a little bit better, not even a whole lot better, a little bit better, the Patriots have a chance of making to the Super Bowl. You heard it right there.
Look, he also said, yeah, and I love Randy, and he also said that that it's going to be a lot more fun. But I mean, winning is fun, right? I mean,
winning is fun. Losing sucks.
Exactly. Like you're not going to leave the stadium or watch a Patriot game. Oh man, we lost, but it sure was fun watching Cameron around. No, you're a Patriot fan. It's all about the win or the loss. You're not used to losing.
Right.
And that's going to be...
we're not used to losing, and it's going to suck when we win 6 games next year, but I got to be realistic about the whole thing.
That's what you're saying. So the Patriot over-under for wins next year, I think, is 9 or 9.5. So I take it you're way under there.
Since Cam or
I think
before
Cam?
It
went
Cam.
Went to 9.5 with Cam.
9.5. So they got to win 10 games.
They ain't going to win 10 games.
I don't think so either. Dana,
I don't think so.
What's the master?
Hold on just for a second.
Yeah, what's
no more gross questions.
Yeah, none.
Okay.
None. Sorry. Are you upset with us on that a little bit, DL?
Oh, I'm just totally mortified. Can you tell?
Yeah, kind of. What's the Masters going to look like in October, or is it November? I mean,
it's November.
Yeah, I mean, do you still do it, or do you say? I mean, are they going to have it again in April, just a few months later? Like, Dana, I don't know.
Give her a cart key. We'll play golf.
He's working right
He's
now.
talking to somebody right now.
Okay,
Who are you talking to, man?
Yeah, who are you talking
Who
to?
are you talking to?
Denise Comfort.
Oh, nice. Denise, is she out there golfing? Is she pretty good? How's her swing?
She's going. Yeah, she's got a pretty good golf swing, but she's an athlete, so
yeah,
she's got a little game.
So she's out there at the peak right now, swinging away.
Yep.
Nice.
Dana, I got cards put together for. I'll drop him off tomorrow sometime at Lorena's.
Okay, I'll be out here all day tomorrow. That's awesome, man.
Well, I'll take him to the haircut place. I don't know if I'm coming out tomorrow, but I am going to play in that tournament.
Me and Dodds are off tomorrow. You should get out there, bro.
I'm playing on Saturday.
Oh, sweet, even better.
Yeah,
who are you playing with on Saturday?
With McCraw.
Oh,
we got to get Carlito out there too.
He texted me yesterday.
You probably need to fill out an entry form.
Oh, he hasn't filled one out yet.
No, tell him to get on it, slacker.
He's listening right now, I'm sure.
Oh, I don't think anybody is anymore. I've grossed everybody out.
Yeah, they might have turned it off.
And I'm sorry. I've grossed everybody out. Yeah. And I'm sorry.
Yeah, Well, last week you were on this food kick, and that was pretty awesome. You guys really need to find somebody to cook you some food. And now you went to this level. It's like, dude, you need sports bad.
Yeah, we do, Dana.
Really bad.
I mean,
WWF is coming back, man. That'll help you out a little bit.
It's actually, I mean, WWE, but Dana.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite WWF wrestler of all time?
Oh, it's got to be Hulk Hogan, man.
You're a Hogan guy?
When I was, I don't know, I was just a teenager. My brothers took me to the New Haven Veterans Memorial Coliseum, and I saw Andre the Giant and Hulk Hogan.
Oh, that's badass. Seriously.
It was pretty badass, especially when you're, 13-year-old, 14-year-old kid. It was awesome.
No, I went to several WWF events, too, at the Tacoma Dome in Seattle area, and I never saw Andre or Hogan, but I saw Macho Man, I saw Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Dugan. I saw some big names and stuff, but those were fun. Those were fun.
Duggan's right.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And he walked with the 2x4.
My favorite wrestler ever is
Bam Bam Bigelow.
No, George the Animal Steel.
George the Animal
Steel.
He ate the turnbuckles, man. I love that guy.
I like Jimmy Superfly Snuka.
Jake the Snake Roberts was.
He was fun too.
Or the Brutus the Barber Beefcake was cool too.
What was Jake the Snake Roberts' special move? What was it called?
The sleeper.
Nope. Dana?
DDT.
Thank you, Dodds.
No.
It's the DDT.
Well, it put people to sleep.
It's the DDT. Yeah.
What was Rick Steiner's?
Rick
famous
Steiner?
move? Yeah, the Steiner brothers.
No,
Rick
drop
Steiner?
kick.
Steiner recliner.
Nice. It's a nice name.
Yeah.
I think Doddsy would have been a great wrestler, don't you think, Dana?
Dude, they
give
get
him the
so
big
beat
singlet
up.
like Andre the Giant, where he's got the strap, big boots, maybe a mask.
They get so beat up.
Yeah, kind of like that. Kind of like that little video you put on Facebook today.
The guy chasing around the little guy.
That's funny.
That's so, dude. As soon as I saw that yesterday too, before Johnny even posted it, and I was like, "Geez, that's me and Johnny." Like he pokes at me and pokes at me and pokes at me, and then I try to chase him around and can't catch him.
Poor guy.
Yeah, sad life.
Dana, all right, man. Well, do you want a couple would you rathers, or you want to get out of here?
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, okay. Would I rather? Let's see. Would I rather watch the Broncos make it into the playoffs or watch the Patriots win 3 games? I'm going to pick the Patriots win 3 games. That's the kind of that's kind of the good stuff.
Yeah, you don't want the gross stuff, and I'm with you, man. I'm with you because if you guys can look this, I just Googled like gross would you rather questions.
No more.
I'm done with it. Yeah, I'm
no
done.
more.
I'm never going back there either. I don't think those are too gross. You know, I mean, there's
Okay, so let's chat about July 11th real quick.
yeah,
Go for it.
yeah.
Okay. So me and Coach Carlito versus Kyle Dodds and Joe McCraw.
Yep.
It's going to be a fun event. We've already raised a bunch of money with some sponsors.
Yep.
We're going to try and get out there and get some more people coming out for the raffle. The putting contest that I'm going to do, everybody that putts, it's a $5 donation, but everybody that putts will win a prize.
Cool.
I have 500 people hit putts, 500 people will win a prize.
That's a sweet deal, Dana.
We got some stickers we can throw in on that. And
Oh yeah,
some
let's
shirts.
get some gear on there,
Yep.
some
Yep.
shirts and stickers.
Yeah, but
Oh, thanks,
everybody
Dana.
that putts is going to win a prize. So I'm going to make it so that you can't lose. Well, maybe ball game, but
Dana's going to be getting back at me for a long time.
That's the only way you and Carlito are going to win. On the putting
shots
contest.
fired. There's some shade thrown.
Yeah. Okay, just remember, bring your money.
Yes,
and
he
we'll
will.
have those little bets, and
Dana, what are you guys doing for the 4th? Anything special?
we got our 4th of July scramble out here at Buffalo Peak.
Awesome.
It's not a shotgun or anything. Just make a team, make a tee time, come on out, play some golf, and then go to whatever you're going to do in the afternoon.
God,
There's not a whole lot to do unless you're going to the fireworks at Wallowa.
No, and we're not, but yeah. All right, man.
That was the dude that had the mask on yesterday. That dude that just walked by.
Oh, the guy at Marketplace. Some
Yeah.
guy was walking around with an Iron Man mask yesterday. Not like a face mask, like
No, like
a full
an
helmet.
actual, like,
a
helmet.
full helmet,
Like
Dana.
the helmet?
Yeah.
Yeah, just a whole helmet. It was pretty cool. That's our life. Again, we need sports back,
Bad.
Dana.
Bad.
Yeah. You really need sports back. So
Really bad.
Well, thanks for giving us a half hour of a lot of bullshit and some fun stuff.
pure enjoyment. So is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, absolutely.
100% DL. All
All right, guys. I appreciate you a lot.
I appreciate you. One of our favorites. Great friend of the show, Dana Londin, golf pro, GM at Buffalo Peak Golf Course. And with that, I think we're going to be back sometime early next week or whatever. I guess everybody have a happy, safe
Maybe we'll do some
4th of July.
Maybe we'll do some surprise trivia tomorrow or something.
Like the barbershop trivia or something. Yeah, we'll definitely
throw something together.
All right, we'll be around. Thank you for tuning into the Ballgame Show. That's all I got.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care. I ever get back, so let's read. Root.
Johnny Marvel what's he gonna bite into
That
here?
looks a lot like the thing that put Bond MIA.
1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
The Johnny Ballgame Show.